Hi, I'll be discussing the consonant T. So T is a voiceless plosive consonant, and you hear it in the words like top or cat or butter. It's voiceless because when you produce it, the vocal cords they do not vibrate. Like in the consonant D, your vocal cords vibrate. So that's the difference between voice and voiceless. And the pathway sound. So it primarily passes through your oral cavity. The air is blocked momentarily by the articulators, and then it's released. And because T is plosive, there's a brief buildup of air pressure when you're producing the sound. And once the obstruction is released, the air travels through the mouth. So the respiration, the air is expelled by the lungs as part of a normal exhalation, and the breath stream provides the necessary airflow for the sound production. So as far as phonation, although the T is voiceless, it still requires phonation in terms of air pressure, even if the sound itself doesn't involve the vocal cord vibration. And the cavities involved are the oral cavity, like I said earlier. This is where the sound is articulated and where the air flows out. The pharyngeal cavity is the air pressure that passes briefly through the pharyngeal area, or like the throat, before entering the oral cavity. But their primary focus is the oral region. And then the nasal cavity, even though the T is not nasalized, so the airflow does not go through the nasal cavity, but the velum, or the soft palate, it must be raised to block the nasal passage to prevent the nasal resonance. And so the key articulator for T, the tongue. So the tip of the tongue is making a contact with the alveolar ridge, or the bony ridge, just behind the upper front teeth. And this contact momentarily blocks the airflow. And then the teeth they play a minor role in shaping the sound. And as the tongue touches the ridge just behind the teeth, and then the lips they're not directly involved, but so they remain like neutral. And then the velum is raised during the production, and it prevents air from flowing into the nasal cavity. And I already said that, explosive. As far as respiration, the air is expelled from the lungs and travels up to the trachea, through the larynx, blah, 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 and then through the mouth when you produce sound. And then as far as phonation, it's voiceless, and I think that's it. Bye.